Good morning. This is AZastrotarot. Welcome to my channel. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, this is a new channel. I've been on YouTube before doing tarot cards, but changing things up a little bit. I'm following Nostradamus's original design for how he did tarot. This includes the houses. That's why I have the mat here. So we're going to start with the major arcana, because that's what Nostradamus would use around the houses. And then I'm going to use the minor arcana to provide us any more clarifications. Now, something else about Nostradamus, he would go by the month you were born in. So if you are, an example would be Taurus, you're born in May, then we will focus in, and that being your first house. But if you're a Gemini, right, usually you would say, well, I'm a Gemini, I'm right here. But if you're a Gemini born in May, it's in your best interest to watch the Taurus video. Okay, so again, Taurus born in May, you want to watch yours. If it's a Gemini born in May, you want to watch the Taurus. But I also recommend, because Gemini is dual, to watch your video as well and just figure out which video, aligns more with what's going on with your life. So without further ado, easy peasy. And most importantly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'm shuffling some cards here. All right, so let's go. First house, and this is for Taurus for the week of March 10th. So here you are, Taurus, first house. So the first card that came out is Justice. So Justice. So your first house is all about your soul's purpose. And it has to do, Taurus, we know that they're very much into money and your wealth, your possessions. What do I have? So maybe there's something going on with things being balanced out. Could be investments. Maybe you are concerned about, I don't know if it's a new client, anything that has to do with work that has to get balanced out. You're feeling like you're trying to even up the scales on something. Could be somebody might owe you some money, right? Also, just remember some things for this week. We do have the new moon will start on March 10th, and that is in Pisces. As far as what's directly in your own personal chart, you need to book a reading with me. But going back to Taurus here, your soul's purpose. So if it is work and you're trying to just create some balance, maybe you're also feeling like things aren't balanced as far as how they're divvying up your work. Then you definitely want to make sure that's something that you're focusing on. All right, so let's go into your second house for this week. What's going on in your second house? So our second house is, again, Taurus, if we're looking at the regular chart, astrological chart, traditional. And the second house is about beauty, wealth, money, possessions. What do you have? So this too, in the first house is the I am. This is how you're showing up. So maybe, towards friends, family, etc., how are you showing up? Work, only because, Taurus is all about money and work. Are you showing up that everything is balanced, or maybe you're feeling a little imbalanced, okay? So something to think about. All right, so now let's do house number 2 here, wealth and possessions. What do I have? Let's see. All right, that one's definitely, okay, so house number 2, perfect, Taurus, is the Emperor. So that's the boss, the leader. Maybe you're dealing with your boss at the current time. Again, this is, what do I have? It's my possessions. It could be something with your boss where you're could be starting your own business, okay? Right? The CEO, things like that. So where's your money coming from, right? Your possessions, what do I have? And its relationship to the Emperor, whether if you are the business owner, whether you're working with a CEO, you're working with your boss, all of that reflects on what's coming in towards you as far as money goes. All right, let's see. So I'm trying to think anything else here. With as far as your second house. So also second house is Venus, love, intuitive. Maybe there's a hit here. If you're a business owner, you're trying to follow your intuition. Okay. This is also stability. So again, a reflection of whoever this emperor is, could be you without a doubt. Emperors are usually Leo, Aries, Sag. But there is some kind of connection with a boss, a leader, or yourself if you are the business owner, and how that is dealing with as far as money income goes. All right, so let's look into your third house. And I'm saying Taurus, but again, this is for any of those Geminis born in May. Please don't forget that. So now we're going to do the third house, which is our communication. That's actually Gemini's house, Mercury. Let me just grab a card here. All right, here it is. Nice. So in your third house, we have the Fool, starting something new. So it could be maybe if it's a work situation with your boss, communication, starting new communication with somebody. It's also transportation, duality. Gemini has to do with siblings. It could be, it's like jumping off the cliff, right? We're starting something new. It's exciting. Also, the bad is that sometimes when we're starting something new, we have no idea what the outcome, what are the consequences? The Fool doesn't consider consequences. So, in this case, if it is something, maybe you're starting a YouTube channel, whatever it is, if you're starting a new business, it has to do something. It could be writing a book, right? Anything that has to do with communication, publications, things like that. So, maybe the Fool is telling you to say, go for it. You just got to jump in and then we'll see what happens. So I would say that's pretty much it. Let me see what else here we have. On the back side, Gemini we call him the messenger of the gods, right? Sensitive, creative. It could be too, maybe your business has to do, they're really good with their hands, right? Language, things like that, because we always take in, as Gemini is, if we look at the sign here, their opposite is Sagittarius. So it could be anything with learning. It could be, higher learning. It could be with something, maybe your new business, it has to do with communication, but it could hit foreigners. It could be working with, people from other countries, things like that. Okay, so here we are here. So this is just this week, you guys, just this week. Let's see here. So our next one is the fourth house, which is our home, our family. Whoa. Okay, nice. So the next one is, so our fourth house of home and family, we have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is all about listening to your intuition. So this week, Taurus, for you, if something comes up with your family, I think the High Priestess is asking you to go within, family, friends. It also has to do with mother, your emotions. It is, how do I feel this week? I think the cards are just trying to tell you, hey, listen to your intuition. This is easy. Also, fourth house has to do with food, right? So listening to your intuition, I'm not feeling so good. Should I be eating that? Maybe not. My friend wants me to go to this restaurant. I'm not really feeling it. Yeah, you might want to listen to your intuition, right? That's all the High Priestess is asking you to do. Most importantly, so we're still are on a waning mood. That is Cancer. The moon is our fourth house. So until the new moon, which will happen on Sunday, I believe, or Monday, it's March 10th. That's the new moon in Pisces. So the High Priestess, if you look at the little moon on her head, they're still telling you this week, don't jump the gun. We're still in a waning mood. So listen to the mood, right? Take your time. It's listen to your intuition. If your emotions, because that is the fourth house, feel like they're a little scattered, then definitely take some time, take some deep breaths, and listen to your intuition before you jump into anything. Maybe listen to your intuition before you, jump into something else. All right, so fifth house here. So our fifth house is the house of Leo, but it's the house of love, creativity, children, speculation. It is creating, the arts. So let's see here. Let's see here for our 5th house for you this week. Okay, we're going to take that one first. Nice. So your 5th house is the star, and that's beautiful. The star has to do with wishes, right? It's about health and healing. So it could be, if, it has to do with your kids. Maybe there's a wish that you want as far as, love, right? So Leo, it's being very strong, right? It also is the home of speculation. So maybe there's a wish, something you've been thinking about, and you're not even quite sure about it yet. Maybe you have to do some more research as far before you jump into it. But the star is also about healing. Maybe there is something to do with childhood friends. It has to do with your family. Whoever you're in a relationship with. The star says, it's a good time this week to take a step back and maybe there's a wish, but it's also about healing, taking some time just to heal. Again, in the waning moon, take some time to heal and, figure out what's our next step. What do I really wish for? If I want this relationship to move forward, then taking the time to step back and go, hey, this is what I want. Let's heal it. How do we move forward, right? It's the house of the sun. All right. Also looking for enlightenment, right? And giving enlightenment. Maybe you need to offer some advice to your children, to your spouse, whomever that is. Okay, somebody close to you. All right. The next house, our 6th house, it's the house of Virgo, which is health, work, service to the world. It's about analyzing. So let's put that down. We've got the Temperance card. So that's about balance, right? So if there is something in your 6th house that has to do with work, it's about creating balance. It's also about, like food, purification, your health. You're like, oh, I've been, drinking too much or too much sugar. It's about finding that balance this week. Again, so in a waning mood, we're always getting rid of stuff. It's a good time to detox. So you still have a couple more days here before the new moon to just embrace, maybe do 3-4 days of, some raw foods just to kind of get that balance back restored. If it's about work, same thing, right? We have to have that balance. And, I love this. He's got the angel right behind him, guiding him, listening to the intuition. How can I create that, work, family, work, home balance, right? So things move slowly because once you're off balance, right, there it is, then you can't really show yourself. You can't, show your soul's purpose until you create that balance both in work and in health, right? I just had this conversation with my husband. I said, you can't do the conference if you're sick, so you might as well just take care of yourself, right? We have to take a step back and really say, oh, wait, I'm not feeling well. What do I have to do to bring that back in balance? All right, next house here is the 7th. It's the house of Libra. It's about partnerships, contracts, legal, policies, procedures. Let's see what comes up for you. Peacemaker. Interesting. So something might come up this week that has to do with, and tower's not always bad, guys. The tower can be good. It's a good surprise. So maybe something comes up as far as some contracts that you weren't aware of. Maybe, here's a great example, I think, this week, because I'm a Gemini, but I was born in May, right? The contract comes in and you're surprised. You didn't think that, you thought it was going to go south, but then it comes in and you go, what? They accepted my contract, right? Like, what? Are you kidding me? Or you get a job offer that's a lot more money than you thought. So the tower isn't always bad. It could be good too. It's just a good surprise. And I love that. But just real quick, it's something though, make sure you are, if there's a contract you need to sign, maybe it's your car insurance or something, and you need to reevaluate, take a look at things, the tower's saying, hey, you better look for those details, you better make sure everything's done appropriately. If it's work or, anything else that has to do with policies and procedures, the tower always says, hey, in order to avoid the tower, we want to make sure that that everything's in check. Yes. Two, it could be with, if it's a relationship, partnerships, then the tower says, maybe you're in a group, a business group, networking group, or even friendship, and that somebody says, hey, I'm moving, and you've hung out with them for a while, and you're like, oh, okay. Or somebody at work says, hey, I'm quitting, right? And they're your partner. You guys maybe share the work together, and you're like, oh, crap, like, so just don't be surprised. Here you thought everything was even keel, and then, or your boss says, hey, I'm leaving. You're like, wait, what? So, just don't be surprised if this week we have some surprises that have to do with contracts, relationships, partnerships, groups, people that, marriages, or something like I said with policies and procedures, some kind of shakeup or something you just, you sign on the dotted line, and they're like, well, you have to do this. And you're like, huh? So just keep an eye on things. Okay, that's what the tower says. Keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on things. All right, here we go. The next one. This is our 8th house, Pluto. Ooh, interesting. Here we go. We got the Magician. So the first thing that comes to my mind is with the Magician. Magician could be good or bad, right? He can create things. He's a creator. It's in a great house. It's in the house of Pluto. But this can also be manipulation. Make sure you're not manipulating anybody, and also be clear if somebody's manipulating you. That's the Magician, right? We can create things for good and for evil. That's Pluto, life and death. You're either going to bring life to something, whether it's to yourself, something in your environment, something in your life, or not. And again, we are still in a waning moon, new moon. So I would say if you're thinking about creating something new, this also has to do with corporations, funds, things like that. Again, we can use it to our advantage. What do we want to create that's going to bring us purpose, right? Also, the Magician has to do with joint wealth, personal property. So maybe you're looking to move or remodel, right? Bringing life to something new. I would recommend let's wait till that new moon, after the new moon on the 10th. That might be in a better position, because here you're getting rid of stuff in a waning moon, and then we create new stuff, right? Things come in the waxing moon after the new moon. So just something to consider there. All right, next set of cards, we have 9th house. Oh, one flew out instantly, so I'm taking it. That's Jupiter. Here we go, which is Sagittarius. So now we have the Judgment card. We have Justice here, Soul's Purpose, and Judgment. So the 9th house is about foreigners. It's about religion, dogma. It's about higher learning, taking courses. It also is about law. It could be about the very traditional schooling, etc., or it could be, you can be the reverse. Like, Judgment says, I don't really necessarily follow that belief system. It could be about questioning. But Judgment also says, whatever you choose, be clear that there is there is a consequence, good or bad. There's a reaction, right? So, or no reaction. So be careful. Like if you're going, no, these are my beliefs, this and that. Judgment says, well, just, be careful. In turn, don't judge others. Maybe a situation comes up, whether it's foreigners, whether it's even about schooling. Don't judge yourself. Just, go for the course. Because in Judgment, if we still talk about Judgment, right, it might work out in your behalf. You take this course and you just learned something new, say it's in marketing or whatever. In astrology, we'll say that. but it should pay off, right? Because it's higher learning, it's in your ninth house. So they're saying, as far as karma goes, hello, judgment's going, yes, it'll work out in your favor, right? All right, here we go. This next is our 10th house. That is the house of Capricorn, right? What do I like? It is the house of the father, the career, and Saturn. What came out? We have the Chariot. Okay, this is also government contracts, military, politics. So something moving forward. You could be moving. So it could be about leadership. Maybe you are looking to travel to another place where they might it'll have a benefit to you as far as your career goes. Okay. This is also, I love this about Capricorn when we talk about career, is where's your money coming from? So the Chariot is telling us, you're putting in the hard work, it's taking a long time, but in essence, the Chariot says, your money's coming. I love that. Grants, it talks about the Capricorn 10th house is also about grants. It's about the father. So, maybe there's something as far as maybe your father's coming to see you because traveling, that's the Chariot, or maybe you're going to see your father. Structure, order. So if there's anything in your environment, because we are talking Taurus here, if it's work, it could be something that maybe you've been plugging away, right? The Chariot's going. It's like this hard one. It's a victory, but it's just taking a while to get going. It's not like it happens really fast. Ultimately, it's a victory. So it's kind of like all of your hard work is paying off, right? That's what's going to happen as far as your career goes. All right. As Saturn, that is that house, is the, what do we say? The benefactor, right? Benefic? I can never say that. So anyways, okay, so that is our 10th house. 11th house, we're getting close. And then we'll kind of see if we're going to do anything. Oh, that flew out. Okay, interesting. All right, 11th house, friends, wishes. It is I know. What do I know? So it's about new age. It's about, it's the planet of Uranus, right? Anything electrical, computers, technology, magnetism, anything that's unpredictable, weird. Interesting, you have the death. The rebirth. That's what I love about this and everything. So something ending and something coming. So originality, being eccentric. So, maybe there is something that, again, if you've been working on, that's coming back to life. If we're in the waning mood, we're going to be waxing here in a few days. So there might be something coming back to life that you didn't know about. Maybe it's originality. You're coming up with your own book. You're coming up with that has to do with New Age or something, or UFOs, or, or it's weird. Like that's Aquarius. It's weird, or something about computers. So, maybe you didn't know, but a rebirth is you're going to take this class here, and then there's a rebirth. There's an interest, right? You're just going to say, okay, I've ended that cycle and I'm starting a new one. Technology, friends and wishes, the most important part, networking. So maybe there was a way, maybe you weren't networking and now there's a rebirth. Maybe there's, something came to and you're like, ooh, or maybe you were joining with the networking and you were like, ooh, I'm ending that group, right? It's about groups. Maybe you were in a band and you're ending that band and you're with a new band. Maybe your friends, death and rebirth. There are some friends, maybe just making some bad choices and you're not clicking in with them this week and you're like, creating some distance. So something to think about. Or it's just wishes. There's some wish that has ended, maybe something you thought you wanted, and then you look back and go, I don't really think I want that anymore. So that would be death and rebirth. All right, final house. Here we go. That's the 12th house. That's Pisces. Again, new moon in Pisces on the 10th. So that's about your dreams, subconscious. What do I believe? Cool. Interesting. So we've got the moon, right? The moon is actually Cancer, which is also a water sign, so it's perfect. It's about emotions. That's what the moon is. The moon is waning. It will wax on the 10th. I'm going to keep saying that. So Pisces, it's a new moon. I'm going to say this is a good omen. So you might be feeling a little emotional. It could be you're thinking about things like spiritual stuff. Again, it's the subconscious. What do I really believe? You're looking at your life, making all these, there's some questions. The new moon, as it comes up for you, it's giving you an opportunity to dive deep, and take a look at your belief systems and say, is that really who I am anymore? Also, it's about psychic activity, which is good, just to go deep, listen to your intuition. So you do have some serious moon stuff going on here. Your emotions, it's very emotional time. But Neptune says, just stay still, just relax. Also about dreams, okay? Secrets, as far as deep, dark secrets that maybe you're still trying to deal with, or things you find out about, right? Pisces brings things up to the surface. It's also about being creative, but going down deep, right? This could also be, we got to be careful in that house, because Pisces, even though it's a new moon, right? We have one fish swimming one way, the other fish, doing the opposite. So one's upstream, one's downstream. So we have to be careful at this time as far as drugs, alcohol, things like that. Maybe somebody is being deceptive to you. I'm curious to know. See if that comes up this week. Again, until the new moon. But definitely that would be something to consider. And I don't know, it's telling me. So somebody's not telling you the truth about something. All right. So those are your 12 houses. I am going to get clarity on a few things. So I'm going to use the minor arcana for that. And the first one is judgment. I'm just curious, judgment or justice, right? Finding balance within yourself, or is it somebody else? So let me see what the cards tell us. Is it justice, for you? Because it's about your soul purpose. Is this about, business? They say like you're learning the hard way. Competitiveness. Okay. Card. Page of Pentacles. I love that. So the Page of Pentacles is an offer coming in. So I'm going to say this is good. Offer coming in has to do with money, proposition, a new beginning. So I think this is maybe with work, soul's purpose, kind of feeling like things are balanced, has to do with work, an offer, even maybe a small promotion, right? Okay, so that makes me feel good. Feeling pretty good about the Emperor. Again, that's work, whether it's your business or somebody else, your boss, something that happened this week. I feel that's a good connection. I don't see anything negative on that, but let's get some clarity. I'm going to switch those cards around here real quick. All right. Ooh. Nice. Knight of Pentacles, that is you. So definitely, whether it's your business or somebody else, but love that. Knight of Pentacles, he moves slow, methodical. So maybe there is something coming in with work that is going to benefit you, because it's all about Pentacles, right? Maybe there's something new at work and you're there to help your boss out, and it's going to take some time, but it's going to work out in your benefit. All right, so this the Fool in Gemini. So the Fool, we talked about new beginnings, taking a leap, something with communication, arts, writing, publishing, right? Just taking that leap, starting a YouTube channel. And then we have the Three of Wands is then weighing out all your options. So possibly, maybe you don't want to take that leap until you weigh out all your options, right? That's what that one means to me, is taking a step back, going, okay, I'm looking to the future. What is it? Kind of waiting for your ships to come in. But maybe you also have to just look at things going, all right. So you start it and then go, well, how'd this work? Is it working in my benefit? All right. And just, again, guys, it's just black and white. We don't have to over say, well, go with my gut. If you take a leap and it works, then you go for it, right? And here she's taking that step back going, okay, all right. I'm feeling hopeful, right? Wands is creativity. High Priestess, that was looking into your intuition here when it came to, that was your 4th house. So here again, and it's only because we're Taurus, we have 3 and 3, guys. 3 of Pentacles, building something, building structure, sorry, architect, right? Collaboration. So listening to your intuition, it could be something with home, family, mother. That's what I would say, is that, listen to your intuition about moving forward with some collaboration. That could be doing with, again, home, family, mother. It's also about feeling, I feel. Music, singing. So maybe, again, band. Maybe you're going to do a cooking channel, right? Collaborating with a family member. But they're saying, listening to your intuition, you might have to take a step back before jumping in. All right, the star. And this one was really interesting. The star here was in your 5th house, love, creativity, children. I want some more clarification on this star. So hold on here. Okay. Interesting. 9 of Swords, something you were worried about. So there's a wish that has to do with, creating something new. Maybe you're hoping that your book's going to sell, right? This is a wish. But you're worried about it. You're worried that, that's the 9 of Swords. You're worried and concerned. Am I going to have the money to do this? Am I going to have the money to advertise? Am I going to have the right people when I produce this album? If I put in all my time, because you have this wish. This is something you want to accomplish, right? That has to do with creativity. Or even a relationship, because, Leo's romance, or for your kids. I'm just concerned, is it gonna, or, you might be worried about your kids. Like they're gonna go out there, go on tour something, and you might be worried and concerned, is this all gonna work? Okay, that's the 9 of Swords. Let me get another card here. Perfect. 7 of Cups, so there's gonna be choices to be made. That's what it is. So you're worried about it, but they're saying, listen, there's some choices to take a step back, and then that'll help calm your nerves. All right, Temperance. We had Temperance in the house of, right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th house. 6th house is the house of Virgo, health, work, service to the world, finding balance with work. That was pretty easy. Even your health, making sure you're back on balance. So let me get a card here. Nice. Page of Wands, starting something new. So that's really good. That's creativity. So they're saying, yes, you're going to find that balance and you'll be moving fast forward with it. Love that. Following your passion, but finding that balance, right? And it'll have a great outcome. Okay, Tower. We had Tower and partnerships, contracts. That is the house. It's Venus. Could be the house of marriage, policies, procedures. Nice. King of Cups. So curious. King of Cups, he's all about his emotions. He is the king of emotions. He is the king of, he's the, he's the one who offers like sympathy, empathy, somebody who really cares. I would say this is you. So whatever's going to happen as far as, partnerships, contracts, legal, you'll be just very aware to what is happening. You won't overact. I love that this king is in balance, right? Which is Libra. He is just like, okay, let's take a step back here. Let's not overreact. And we'll be able to move through whatever this Tower is, right? If there's an issue with the contract. All right, here we go. I love that because, Libra is the peacemaker. That's your King of Cups coming from the heart. Magician and Pluto, right? Ooh, let's see what we get here. With some clarification. What is going on? What is the Magician creating? What is he going to deal with? Wow. Okay, so there's an offer. So Pluto, interesting. Wow. So there's definitely, it's life and death. So there's a new beginning here. There's some new money when it comes to Pluto. It is about incorporated funds. It's also, again, life, death, something ending, and this is a new beginning. So it's coming out of an ending, whatever that was. And I'm going to say with you, Taurus, it's got to be about work and a new offer. Could be you're creating something new and somebody's seeing it, and they're going, yep. And in essence, that is going to bring you some wealth. That is really, really good. I love that. So you have the ending and new beginning. All right. So now here we have Sagittarius. We had Judgment, right? We said that's the 9th house. That's the house of foreigners, religion, books, higher learning. We talked about maybe you're taking a class. And we have the Queen of Swords. So she's analytical. So she's going, all right, right. It's going to pay off. But she's kind of sitting back, right? She listens to her intuition and she's going, okay. She is, that we talk about, she is possibly a lawyer. She is, right? She's always analyzing, listening, following her intuition. So the Queen of Swords is going, okay, all right, let's take a look. So definitely looks like you might be wanting to take a class here, and it will be in your benefit. This could also be, maybe it's your boss, somebody at work going, okay, good move. You take the class. It's going to work out for you. And in essence, it teaches you, about listening to your intuition as well, right? Following, she analyzes, she looks at things from a higher perspective, Okay, here we go. The next was the Chariot, and that was in your 10th house, which is Saturn, Saturnian, father, career. It's I use, okay, those are the terms I use. We talked about maybe there's something going with your father that, you've got to hurry up and get home, or things moving forward in your relationship, or, if you're the father, if it's your career and you kind of feel like things have been stagnant, this would definitely be the house where things move forward. Nice. The King of Swords. Love that. All right. So he is the King of Swords, and he doesn't mess around. He's the judge. He is, it's all about the thinking brain. He doesn't mess around. He will also, so even this, if I think about, if we go back, if there was something, a contract, some kind of judgment that came in on here, they're saying, take a step back, be observant. This is the judge. This is good luck here. This is good luck. The Chariot it's a hard-won victory. And I would even say this is the judge. This could be you. I like how maybe this is a power couple here. Could be, right? This is the father taking a look at everything, saying, yep, we can make this work. I love that these two people are working together. But this is a hard-won victory, and you're definitely going to have that answer. Okay, so then we had death and rebirth in your 11th house. A friend's wishes. It's what do I know? Computers, technology, new age stuff. It's also the weird, the eccentric. So let's see. We had death and rebirth. Nice. Ace of Swords. So getting some clarity. Ace of Swords is about a message coming in from the divine. So maybe if you put an end to something, receiving some clarity about that ending. Something that's presented to you, maybe because this is Aquarius, you get something, you get a text message, you get an email, or you see something on the internet that you're like, yep, that's why I stopped that. Now I know why I ended that, right? That's why I ended that. Or you're in a group and somebody, right? Because it's about groups, networking, and you go there and a presentation's made that's really not in alignment with who you are. You're going to receive the clarity on that. All right, I love that. That was very clear. All right, and then we got the moon here in Pisces, which I think is hilarious since we have the new moon in Pisces coming up here on the 10th. So this is about your subconscious, your dreams, what do you believe? Nice, that came in clear. We have the Knight of Cups, beautiful. So that is about love. It's about relationships. Pisces are very kind and caring. So maybe if you're feeling a little emotional, in your 12th house here, like I said, it's a very giving, caring, Pisces kind of go all out to express their feelings, right? Water sign. And here you are, you have the Knight of Cups coming in with an offer, feeling good about it. Maybe if you were unsure, because the moon is here, right? Feeling underwater, like I'm not quite sure, maybe that has to do with a relationship or something. Pisces is telling you, could be an apology coming in, or somebody just coming in going, hey, don't worry about it. You're going to be okay. So that's what I have for you. I'm going to say Taurus or Gemini born in May. I hope that helps you for the rest of the week. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, most importantly, like, subscribe, and share so we can get this channel moving. Take care.